Hello, this is JD and we are going to have a look at an inquiry form for WordPress which is created using the Gravity Forms premium plugin. And here we have the inquiry form in front of us now, and the first thing we'll have a look at is how that is put into the page. Now, Gravity Forms use shortcodes, and this is the shortcode here. And you don't even have to remember the shortcode because there's a button up here added by Gravity Forms, and if you want to add an inquiry form, we just click on that and then we can select the form we want. And that's how that works. So it's very easy to include forms all over the place in your content, in your pages, in your posts. So Gravity Forms has its own section in the dashboard, and if we click on Forms we will see a list of the forms that I've created for these presentations I'm doing, and the inquiry forms is the one we're going to have a look at to start with. The layout of the screen is very easy. On the right hand side we have various lists of fields that are available to me. And there's always very useful help with these little question marks pop-ups. On the left hand side we have the fields, and you see when I go mouse over we have some options turning up. You add fields to a form just simply by clicking on the field you want, and that is then put at the bottom of the form, and you can drag it to wherever you want, like that. Each field has a set of attributes. There are quite a few standard ones, obviously the label. This is a special one for the name field, so that tells you about how the name is formatted. Required fields will not be allowed to finish a form unless the required fields are all filled in, so if you mark a field as required, the information has to be put in there. It is possible to add validation messages, change the style, make it available to admins or just the average user. There's also a thing called Conditional Logic, which allows you to have some fields showing whether other fields have certain values. Now, this name field is a special field, collecting the name of somebody, as is this email. The email one, it's in there twice because there is an option, enable email confirmation, which allows it to be seen twice. If you want to get rid of a field, and I'll get rid of this one I just added for example, you just click on that and it deletes it. Of course, remembering you must always update form as update any of your thing to make sure your form is saved. So let's have a look at the options we have. We've got single line, which I've just showed you, paragraph text, and there's an example of that at the bottom here with the inquiry form, which is a paragraph text. We have drop down lists, multi-select lists. The difference between those is a drop down you can only choose one item, a multi-select you can choose multiple ones. A number accepts just a pure number. Checkboxes are tick boxes. Radio buttons are the buttons where you can only choose one of them, like this one for instance. Hidden fields allow you to add hidden information which you want to put in the form for analysis later. Let's show you what the hidden fields are like. I think I've clicked it twice now, I have. Hidden fields are just like that, where you can populate it with a value. And we have some interesting values available. Date, the IP address of the person who posted it, name of the form, the user agent, which is effectively the browser being used, ref URL, where they came from, user details if they've logged in. So there is some interesting information there you can collect if you need it. Probably the person who's logged in is a good one, and the page they came from is a good one as well. Remember, if you delete a field, then if you have collected data, all that data is going to be lost for that field, but not for the records of all information collected. So that's my simple inquiry form layout. And if I want to see what it looks like, I can preview it. As you can see from the preview, my version is almost identical. Just a quick note that when you have finished the form, there are two things you can do. One is you can send confirmation messages, or you can send the person to a page at the end of them filling in a form, and then as notifications you can email to an admin, to the person, and those admin emails can contain any or all of the fields that have been entered. Once fields have been filled in, though, they will appear in the entries box, and you can see all the information in a table, which can be exported. That concludes this presentation, and there are further presentations on other types of forms available for you.